Next up, Nami.
Yeah, Nami, hell nah, bro. Nami's low-key a bot. Oda didn't flesh out that part of the story that would allow us to know whether or not Nami's a bot, but Nami's definitely a bot. Bro, like, I could see her shaking straight booty cheeks for 2 hours straight in the club, bro. Characters I would not let my son date. Rangiku, hell nah. Yoruichi, hell yeah. A beautiful black queen. We rock with that.
Okay, so we're back. I saw the reception on the last video, and I'd say 90% of y'all really seemed to like it. There was a sector of folks and a couple comments that I saw that seemed to take the video a lot more seriously and to heart than how it was intended to be taken. I saw someone say, I can...
Bro, this nigga Jules Dottie is mad funny, bro. Y'all see what he did? Bro, you like he actually there, he's spoken. He talking about some...
See, this is why I give the disclaimers. This is why I put in the description this is satire, because I knew there would be folks talking like that. And people say stuff like that without even knowing who you are, because I'm a lover boy at heart. They don't even understand. I'm not going to give the whole lore.
Not gonna lie, he's right. I know Jules Dottie, he is indeed a lover boy at heart. That nigga is a lover boy for sure.
But let's just say, over the course of the last decade, I've only been a relationship type of man. I'm not one to go bouncing from women to women. I don't even know.
That nigga just like me for real. I get in one talking stage for a smooth 2 days, nigga. I'm not talking to nobody else.
What the word roster means. When I'm talking to a gal them, I'm only talking to that one. And because I feel like I try to prioritize going about my love life in that manner, I feel like if I had a son, especially, that's what I would try to instill into him. And that's what we're going to talk about today, characters in fiction that I wouldn't want my son to date and get involved with. And y'all saw the disclaimer from the last video. That same disclaimer stands here. I don't feel like repeating it. But no, the first character I want to talk about, and she's going to be a relatively quick one, is Mei Mei, aka Sway Sway.
Mei Mei, aka Sway Sway, hit you with that AK. Ah! Alright, sorry.
So when it comes to Mei Mei, I think a lot of us
Show his ass.
know where I stand when it comes to how I perceive her. If you've been watching the channel, the JJ
28, damn. I can say it. She bad, bro. Mei Mei is bad, bro.
Okay, season 2 reactions and reviews and stuff like that.
She's weird though. She be like kissing her brother. What the fuck? But she bad.
Put all of her nefarious acts with Wee Wee aside, I'm not trying to sweep them under the rug because they are definitely glaring and have to be taken into consideration, but let's just pocket that for now. The main reason why I wouldn't want my youngin' trying to get romantically involved with her is because that's my girl. Simple as that. Yes, in this simulated situation, obviously, I have a son, so therefore I have a wife, or do I? And also earlier, I said I don't know what roster means. I never said I don't know what the definition of a side chick is. That's singular. That's not plural now. Because Mei Mei to me would be kind of like Naruto trying to bring Sasuke back to the village. Like, I know she's got good in her heart. Those hips don't speak evil to me. But instead they speak my language, which is why I believe I'd be the man that could set her straight and fix her. And just
Bro, what? That nigga said I could be the man that would set her straight and fix her. My nigga, I don't think she want to be set. Didn't Gojo like set her like 20 bands, bro? I could have sworn I seen that in an episode. That nigga Gojo wired her like 20 bands, bro. I low-key like think she be on that. I don't think she want to be saved from that. I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro.
Just because my son's of my blood doesn't mean he's up for that task. So I would have to tell him to let Pops handle this one. Operation Hips Don't Lie. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't try hopping on the train when we've already left the station. But no, now let's get into more serious territory. Next, we got Mikasa Ackerman.
He's in the Eagles.
And now in terms of girlfriend, wifey material.
Not gonna lie, I let my son date Mikasa. Mikasa, oh, to answer the first girl, hell no. Mikasa though, she's smooth. Actually, hell no. She too bent on Eren. She gonna cheat on you for Eren at some point. Eren did die, so if you cuff Mikasa after Eren died, she's still gonna spend the whole relationship thinking about Eren. So, nah, I wouldn't let my son do that.
Real type of qualities. She might be the best type of woman you could ask for, but there's a glaring issue, maybe even a glaring issue and a half. And this is one of those conversations I feel like I'm probably gonna have to give a disclaimer for. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just walk with me and hear me out as I get into this. But that first glaring issue I was talking about would be the issue of intimacy. Because one day what's going to happen is he's going to be attacking her Titan in flow state thinking he's
going to be attacking her Titan. Nah, that's funny.
Putting on an MVP caliber performance. And he might be doing just that, which is why this is a lose-lose situation altogether. But then mid-legacy game, you hear Mikasa act.
Nigga said mid-legacy game? Nah, in terms of like slick comments and stuff like that, this man Jules got it, bro. That nigga said mid-legacy game. Talking about cracking a shorty. That's funny.
Lose-lose situation altogether. But
that's peak comedy, bro.
Legacy game, you hear Mikasa accidentally moan Eren's name, and then it's like, damn, What do you do there? Because we all know this is her one true love. And in this given situation, I have to assume it's post-rumbling. You know, because if Aaron was in the equation, Mikasa wouldn't even consider a relationship with someone else. And I think if my memory serves me correct, she ended up marrying Gene at the end of the day in the show. Which, I mean, if you look it up, he legally changed his name to Aaron. So, I mean,
He did what?
And I think if my memory serves me correct, she ended up marrying Gene at the end of the day in the show. Which, I mean, if you look it up, he legally
Isn't Gene the one who wanted Mikasa in the first place? Like, he saw her and then he saw like Aaron was like, she was infatuated by Aaron and he got tight. I remember that because I made a video on that episode. I mean, on that show. I mean, on that season.
So, I mean, she doesn't play about her king. So then when my son is thrusted into that situation, double undunda, boom, right then and there, emotional trauma. And then it's like there's another layer to this. Aaron was a Titan shifter.
You don't think that she still fantasizes about what could have been with the attack potency of the Attack Titan? Come on now, give me a...
With the attack potency of the Attack Titan, bro. The Titans don't even have this. So, like, you can't even, like, quantify that or comprehend the... Okay, let me stop before I say something.
Damn break, my son wouldn't be able to compete with that at all.
And then here comes that point half that I was talking about. I don't remember if it was season 4. I don't remember if it was all the seasons. I think they only said that the main cast shower like once a month. Saying this hypothetical.
The main cast of Attack on Titan, where they fight niggas all the time, showers once a month. Damn, bro. They be smelling straight like Two Slimy's music. That is unfortunate, bro.
My son's going crazy. He's probably still getting whiffs of Aaron himself on. That's crazy. Mikasa is just emotionally, physically, and spiritually not the right move if I'm giving my son advice.
That's what I'm saying, but she wants Aaron too bad, bro. Hell nah.
Feel like you would come out of that situation hurt. But if he wanted to get hurt financially,
I'd recommend him to date the girl who we have next up, Nami.
Yeah, Nami, hell nah, bro. Nami's low-key a bot. Oda didn't flesh out that part of the story that would allow us to know whether or not Nami's a bot, but Nami's definitely a bot. You saw the way she was using her badness, her fineness, using her womanly charm to like get Sonny to like give her bread in the beginning. Like, she low-key a bot, bro. Like, I could def see her shaking straight booty cheeks for 2 hours straight in the club, bro, in nigga sections. She's so much about the bag, and she's so much about like motion and thieving niggas that like her eyes just do that for real. So that's how it be.
now, aside from the fact that one day I feel like my son would just wake up and his bank account has a piece of lint in it, she's the type of woman who doesn't know when to stop when money's involved, which as a dad would be very alarming to see. What if someone offers her a large lump sum of money to poison my child? What if someone offers her a large lump sum of money for a kidney? If they're dating and if they're in a loving relationship, I'm just going to assume she's not getting that from him. I'm next in line. You're going to wake up one morning wondering why I'm having trouble urinating. And my son's one of my own. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'd be upset if he's hypnotized by her charisma and charm.
Nigga, me too.
But just my goodness, please don't fall in love with her. Because
that nigga Jules Dottie said me too. That nigga's not lying, bro. I've never seen a bigger snow warrior in my life. I've never witnessed or come across a bigger snow warrior in my life. That nigga Jules Dottie, bro. One can say he basks in the snow.
We don't feel like she'd be in love with him, even though I know with my son there would be a lot to love. But she'd just be in love with his savings account that has 7 figures in it because of his pops. So Nami is another one of those where it's like, yes, it could go well, but I just feel like it would be safer to maybe look elsewhere, maybe go cougar hunting. Robin's also on the ship too. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But no.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Next up, we got Princess Peach.
She's early to mid 20s. Damn, old ass woman. I thought her ass was like 18. Old ass girl.
Because with Peach, she puts on this facade. And as a father, I would be able to see this. I think I talked about it in one of my previous videos. We've seen Mario jump through all of these hoops.
Oh yeah, bro. She kept getting taken by Bowser, bro. Yes, bro. She kept getting taken by Bowser. Every single time Mario would save her, she would always end up back at this nigga Bowser's crib. Why? Because she was going. You think Bowser kept finding ways to take her? Nigga, no. She was sneaking out of the castle every single time to get that dinosaur dead.
And become who some would call the GOAT.
All while maintaining a 9-to-5, might I add.
Having used all his PTO, so he can't just be out here saving her all willy-nilly. He's got bills to pay, which she'd even take into consideration when she kept getting her ass captured by this dragon who she was probably smashing. Let's just be honest. Because now I'm thinking about it, Bowser must have been her toxic ex that she couldn't stop going back to. Why does she keep ending up over there, and why does Mario have to be the one to keep getting her out of the sticky situations? Think about it. I've never seen Daisy on some shit like that. That's why Luigi's my guy. Peach
He's a Koopa, whatever the hell that means.
keeps ending up in the same spot every time, not changing up up anything about her daily routine, changing up nothing about her security at home, because keep in mind, she's royalty. She doesn't get saved from the castle and then Mario takes her to a damn homeless shelter. She's out on the streets, so she's easy to swoop up again. She's in a fortified palace.
Like, look here.
We see that Bowser's kidnapped.
That's what I'm saying, bro. She's in a whole palace with guards and like people trying to not let that happen. How the hell she keep getting caught? Bowser ain't that strong, bro. Bowser ain't bulletproof. Oh shit, he's bulletproof. Fuck. So you can't even up Drake on him? That's tough! Capable of surviving attacks from massive cannonballs, bullet bills, and immense heat such as lava. Oh shit. So how Mario keep beating him? Wasn't there a scene where Mario and Bowser, Peach had to choose between one or the other and she couldn't choose? Bro, she does not eject that nigga.
Kidnapped Princess Peach an immense number of times, and you're telling me out of those dozen, potentially more, they haven't smashed one time?
Like, what type of operation are they trying to run here?
After those dozens of times, and after getting saved dozens of times, for you to turn around after all the gold stars and gold coins that Mario has collected in his time, to then say that y'all are just friends? Fuck.
Nintendo confirms that Princess Peach and Mario are just friends. This nigga Mario got no emotion, bro. How the hell you save a girl 30 times and like you don't like... It's niggas like him fucking up the whole game, bro. Niggas like him messing up the whole game. That's tough.
Friends, fuck you. I've seen this and been through this many times before. I'm not falling for it another time. And I wouldn't let my son do the same. She's extorting this of his resources, so why would I want my son to do the same? And my son isn't Mario. My son's gonna be born with bad knees till he's like...
Son, if you're gonna be born... I got bad knees too. Son, if you're watching, I hope you know you evaded the bad knees gene.
Son's gonna be born with bad knees till he's like 16, 17 years old, so he's not gonna be able to do these let's-a-go ass maneuvers. He'd be
these let's-a-go ass maneuvers.
Sitting at home thinking he's dating her, but she's only calling him up when Bowser's out on vacation and Mario's got a busy work week, so he's third man in the roster, deeply in love, and probably still paying for dinner even though she's royalty. Next.
Bro, I would let my son date... Is that Kev? Bro, I would let my son date Yoruichi. Shit, I would, bro. She tough, she bad, she black, she beautiful, she strong, she independent. You know what I'm saying? She tough, nigga. I would let my son do that, bro. And if my son wouldn't do that, I would do that.
Yoruichi, I really wanted to get serious. Because as a dad, right? Like father, like son. And of course, I would want the best for my son. Both in the job world.
A fine, dark-skinned thing, yeah.
Mentally, physically, health-wise, love life, everything. Of course, you're going to want the best for your kid. If he introduced me to Yoruichi one day, I'd be nice, whatever, you know, sit at the dinner table. I'm sure she's got a great energy to her. I'd think on the surface she's good for my son. But after that dinner, after he takes her home, whatever, I'd probably call him to have a long talk to say that even though I do really like her as an individual, I don't think that this is the right route to go with her. The reason being because knowing me and knowing what I can handle, right? And again, we have to keep in mind, this is not a friend. This is my child. My blood courses through this now. Knowing what I can handle and seeing the
Knowing what... That man said because he can't handle Yoruichi, that means his son can't either. So he's telling his son to respectfully give that up. That shit is crazy.
I would be scared for my son's life. And I would tell him, son, I don't feel like you would be able to physically sustain
me saving myself the last one watches she
Yoruichi's ferocious feline freakiness. Because you know how people talk about men and women's areas and usually compare them to like food items or animals, like, oh, that nigga's got a hog on him. I don't say that, obviously. I'll quote it. They refer to women's as like a cat at times. Where do you think they got that name from? She's the reason why they're synonymous with the women's basement area. Think about it. Now just walk with me. Don't run. You would need surreal amounts of spiritual pressure to be able to handle that monster of a woman. And
man, if you don't get behind that and handle that thing, you know what I'm saying? Me, I'm a Haitian man, a strong, young, black Haitian man. I can handle that. If he feels like he can't and his son can't, that's tough. Fortunately for me, I cannot relate.
Let's just assume that I live in the Bleach universe. I'm not going to say like I'm a low spiritual pressure type of nigga. Like I definitely would pass off some good genetics. And my son may very well be a very promising Soul Reaper Division 1, potentially league bound. But I'm not just going to sit here and assume that he's the LeBron James of Soul Reapers. I'd assume he's a bench player. I'd assume he's in the mix and can hang. But he's not captain nor vice captain level. So then these are the...
Who the hell is that? She's new? Who the hell is this? Oh, Ta. And I'm playing I mean, as I was saying, I ain't never seen her before, Nick. I seen her. I ain't seen her. Oh, Ta.
Level. So then these are the things that I'd be telling him. And then this is where just knowing how I am a very optimistically delusional type of person when it comes to my goals and when it comes to my aspirations, this is where I'd assume he'd hit me with a rebuttal saying, no, dad, trust me, I got this, I can handle it. I really think it'll work with this woman. And knowing how at this moment my wife that I currently have is probably out of my league, and I was optimistically delusional about her, but I made it work, I'd have to trust my son's judgment, potentially trying to embark on this covenant with Yorichi and just hope he comes out alive. Because you have to think, her shit's probably like the double glazed apple fritter from Regular Show, where it's like they got to a point where they were so delectable and perfectly glazed,
where it started having dudes warping out of reality itself. That's the type of effect one single piece of Yorichi burger would have on my son. And that's not some sort of scientific hypothesis. That's a fact. I know it. And now say he does come out on the other side of that night with her, alive, in one piece. I knew from the get-go he had it in him. I never doubted him. He surpassed his limits. He got it done. It doesn't matter though, because say he didn't get warped out of reality from the effects of the double-glazed, melanated, malicious Nyesh. What's now warped is his mind. Dare I say permanently, because Yorichi's the type of woman you could cuddle with for 5 minutes and now you're willing to kill for her. Like, son, we need to be worried about getting money. Not worried about popping our bankai and blasting a random dude's head off because he looked at your girl funny while you were crossing the street, because that's how protective one would get over a woman like Yorichi. It's inevitable. And as a father, that just makes me scared. And this is why I was saying with this whole Yorichi segment to just walk and not run with me, because it sounds confusing and it sounds like what I'm saying is absolute horseradish, but I feel like it's quite the opposite. At its core, what I'm saying here is that Yorichi is just too bad. Plain and simple. And you might be watching this thinking I'm over-exaggerating, blah, 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 I could handle her. All right, enjoy ceasing to exist. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just really trying to look out for my kin. I could say a real-life equivalent to this would be like Meg Thee Stallion coming up to you during hot girl summer, getting ready to throw twerks on you. Nigga, that happened to me, I'm fizzling out of existence. I'm just...
See, like, some niggas just built different, bro. Cause he's talking about he's fizzling out of existence. Me, I'm on that. I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is standing tall, standing strong, receiving all that, bro. But some niggas just built different, I guess.
Being a realist. Like, I know I'm talking to y'all through a screen right now, but verbally respond to me seriously. Prime Megan Thee Stallion in the middle of the hottest hot girl summer comes up to you in the middle of hands on my knees shaking ass on my thought shit, throws one singular cheek on you, not even both. You're telling me you're not suffering organ damage?
No, bro, I'm on that, bro. What? Now, Dual's Daddy is mixed, to my knowledge. He needs to tap into his Negro side and allow the Negro to overtake his being so he can handle such blessings. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he's doubting himself too much, and that's the coleslaw side of him speaking out. He has to let the Negro side come out.
Respond seriously. Shut the hell up. That's a boatload of malarkey and you know it. And I'm sure there was someone out there who answered honestly. So to whoever you are, I appreciate you for
Bro, I'm handling that, bro.
understanding the severity of what that would do to someone. And shout out to Clay too. No disrespect, I was just giving the first example that came to my mind, but I'm getting way off track. What I was going to say is, yes, there's the chance obviously that they go the whole 9 yards and the relationship ends up being a huge success. To have a beautiful family, maybe even a pension via the Soul Society, that could definitely happen. But say the opposite does and they break up. I was already talking about how risky it is to be in a relationship with her, but now imagine the repercussions if a breakup occurs. She could have been the most toxic woman.
You'd still want her back. And you wouldn't even be able to look at yourself introspectively and take responsibility for fumbling a woman so bad. You'd start blaming other niggas. Like, fumbling her would make someone go into psychosis almost instantly.
It wouldn't end for my son there either, because yes, I would be a loving, caring father, but I've also got a brain and a good head on my shoulders, I think.
If my son either looks me in the eyes or tells me on the phone he's got this, and I put all my faith in him, put all my faith in the bloodline, and he fumbles her, nigga, I don't care how old you are, if we share the same blood, you could no longer date. You might as well go gay, because this is unacceptable. She could have been the worst. I don't give a shit. Look at me. Actually don't. I don't want him looking at me. Look the other way. If you want to continue to date women, we don't share the same last name anymore. If we do, I better not see you bring another female into this household again unless it's her. And my whole spiel on her, that may have been a bit
I definitely freaked out, but you know, that's okay.
long, but that's why I feel like him embarking on something romantic with her would just lead to catastrophe in many different avenues. And next up, we got Ino Yamanaka.
Ino Yamanaka, you feel me? Ino had a tough glow up, bro. This hairstyle, oh top.
That mind transfer jutsu is too much of a liability. There's way too much that could go wrong with that, not only within.
That is very wise, very strategic. You know what I'm saying? That mind transfer Jutsu is in fact insane. She's gonna be checking your phone every single day while you asleep. She's gonna be mind transferring inside your body and you don't even know that she's inside your body. That actually is a good point. You know what I'm saying? I look, you forgot about the topic of the video. I just saw a fine shorty
In that relationship, just around the household and within my clan, her clan, it's not worth the headache. Let me give a couple examples really quick. Say her and my son are in a verbal scuffle.
might be uncrackable. Nah, she is very, very crackable. Who she end up with? Rock Lee or something? Sai? Yeah, Sai is living good, bro. And if we're gonna keep it a bean, what girl in Naruto isn't annoying besides Hinata? You know what I'm saying? Like Tamari, bro, I would never date Tamari, bro. Holy shit. Sakura is annoying too, but like Sasuke don't jack her. He be R from all the time, so like he doesn't really experience the annoyingness. But Sai and Ino, like this shit tough, bro.
Happened to be at my house one day. She's on the brink. They're about finished at this point. The relationship is looking like waste management. Pops the jutsu on him, so now she's in his body. Looks at me and my wife in our old age enjoying each other's company, just having loved each other for the last, 20 plus years at this point. Son looks at us and goes, Dad, you know what? Fuck you. I never loved either of y'all, and fuck your girl too. She's ugly as hell. So I'm looking at him like, damn, this is my wife, and not only is this my wife, nigga, this is your mother. Don't you dare speak to her like that. But before I even finish that sentence, I'm already fist cocked back at him, moving quicker than I ever have, even in my prime. So that's just one example of Ino disturbing the peace of our family that we built. Or another example, say she wants to break up with him, but she's too pussy to do so, and she wants to somehow put the blame on him so she could go have fun with another ninja. Which would be silly, because if you're an addition to our clan, you'd basically be living in luxury. But say she corrupts and infiltrates my son's mind, calls up one of his side pieces, because obviously it's my son, like he's gonna have some of those, but that doesn't mean he's not.
Whoa, this man was just saying how he wouldn't have a roster, but now he's saying that he's gonna have side pieces because his son's gonna have side pieces because he has side pieces, keyword side pieces with an S, which means a roster. You see how niggas move, bro? You see how niggas just be lying, bro? Talking about, so I don't believe in a rock. He was just talking about how he has one, bro. Niggas really lie about anything, bro. That's crazy. That's great. That's tough.
Loyal though. She calls up one of his side pieces, uses my son's body to cheat on herself with, and then now my son's a cheater. Or even worse, say she gets me involved. Not even mind transferring my son, but mind transferring my wife. If she doesn't want to go the breakup route, the sabotagerial route, I think I just made that one up on the fly. One night, me and my wife could be mid-disagreement. I don't even want to say argument because I'm not combative, but we could be mid-disagreement. And Ino snipes a mind transfer jutsu from outside the window, so I don't even see this coming, but she clips my wife. Boom. She's been infiltrated. Out of nowhere, my beautiful wife can hit me with a, that's why my ex from back in the day ate my butt better. If there wasn't an argument before, as I said, there definitely is one now. Because when it comes to my craft, I don't play. That's just the cold hard truth of it. And I'm not sitting here saying to whoever's watching this that I'm a...
But you be eating butt? Hey, yo! He low-key just slick said he be eating booty, bruh. What? He was talking about he doesn't play about his craft, and the craft in question is eating ass. I'm learning a lot about Duel's Dottie in this video, man. I'm learning a lot.
Booty eater. That's not what I'm saying. But in this hypothetical situation...
Nah, bro, you be eating butt, bro. Come on now. You don't got a lot of me, gang.
If I have a wife and I love her as much as I know I would, I've definitely traversed those lands with her before, and knowing me, I most likely do it pretty frequently at this point in our marriage. So I'm just sitting here making predictions. But a comment like that to me can lead to an argument that may blow up our marriage completely. And even in the off chance that we do bounce back from that, from then on, anytime when I'm in the mood to devour, that memory of her saying that is going to overpower and leave a taste in my mouth that is certainly not sweet but sour. You see what I'm saying?
He out here rhyming. Okay, Jules Dot. They call him J-Dot, you heard?
Now just the thought of this is making me...
They don't call him J-Dot, but you heard?
Want to go write a diss track on this woman.
So no, Ino may not date my son due to the potential of mind transfer mayhem. Next up, I'm going Makima.
I've heard about her. Hell nah. I haven't read or watched enough Chainsaw Man to know why she's bad, but everybody says she's up there with Griffith, and we know what Griffith did, so like, hell nah.
Anime watcher or manga reader, I really don't think I need to explain much of why I wouldn't want my son dating Makima. Now granted, if he was dating her, she would surely have me fooled. That's for sure. And we see what she wears on her off days. Her nice dress, whatever. Very artsy but simple type of look. Come in looking like the sweetest angel. 10 minutes into our introduction, I would have probably thought my son found the one. I'd probably assume her father's a doctor and her mother is a famous Hollywood actress or something. I don't know. But she'd have me tricked very quick. And as I said already in this video, I know how I am as a person and like father like son. So I wouldn't be surprised if my son started operating with Makima, similarly to how that nigga Denji was. Tells him the bark he does, I'm looking around because I'm a cat guy. I only have like 2 or 3 cats in this household. We don't have a dog and I don't.
Only 2 or 3 cats? Damn.
Don't remember the neighbors having a loud one either, so what was that? As a father, I'd be alarmed. Behind closed doors of their own place, I'm sure she'd be making my son get his freak the fuck on, and you go for it. I don't blame him. But then there's gonna start being issues when out of nowhere, I start having a rodent problem at my house. And the rats start looking at me funny. And that's just one way she can mess with us. And that's not to say she can't do the same to my son, but I know that at this point she would already have him under the control of her seduction, because that's what she does. She's a very seductive but deceptive woman and would lure him in and he would fall for it. Which, looking at it now, that's something that I really gotta prioritize when I do have children and teach them stuff like this early on. The deception, the lust, the seductiveness. You cannot get caught in the crossfire, or else one day you actually stand up for yourself. Your girlfriend slash wife, whoever she is to you at this point, decides to put her hands together and do this twist motion, and then 7 of your family members' heads pop like balloons. No matter how bad she is, she would be the baddest of news, and I would hope my son would stay cities away from her. Next, you know God's Side Future Diary.
Who the hell is this? Why she look like that, bruh? Why her eyes purple? Purple eye ass nigga.
I'd fear for my life before I even shake hands with that woman. And don't get it wrong, I can't say I wouldn't want my son to be dating someone who would kill for him. Not if I'm on that hit list though. I feel like I would become a target by proximity for no reason at all. For some stupid shit too. Like my son's giving her a foot massage one day and she just wasn't satisfied with it, so then there I go. And she wouldn't even make it quick either. She would like sedate me, tie me up, kidnap me, put me in a cage and torture me. And she could do that to him too. Like, I appreciate her ride or die mentality, but for her it seems more like a ride and die mentality. Because lives will be taken, especially if she isn't dating Yuki. Considering how obsessed she was with him, I'd have to assume they had a falling out at this point, so she may be even more violent than she was prior, just because she lost the love of her life and my son was the backup plan. NO. Next, Yumiko from Kakanguri.
I watched this so mad long ago. This is low-key one of the most interesting anime I ever watched. She's low-key insane, because as you can see, she's moving like this, and nigga, she's just playing poker. She already overly freaked out, so I wouldn't let my son date her already, but let's see why he says what he says.
I haven't even watched the show. I just know that she has a severe gambling addiction, and that they start off with just betting bags of chips and maybe a couple dollars, and it spirals out of control into folks betting body parts and even their lives. Now granted, Yumiko...
They be betting body parts? See, I ain't get to that part. I thought it was just poker. I didn't know it got to that point.
She's the main...
Like, what's wrong with her? But it's crazy because everybody in the verse or like in her school is just like her though. So like, she may be like weird, but like everybody in there is weird too. Like, that's just the anime for real. It's like Baki. Like, Baki's weird, but like Baki, like he's weird, but like his whole show is weird too. So like he fits, and that's the same with her.
Character of her show. So I feel for the most part my son would be in good hands when it came to the probability and the chances of them winning their gambling freak-offs. But there will be a time, and it's inevitable, where she pops her all and hits her.
See, like, oh hell nah, bro. What the hell is she doing, bro? Like, I'm never doing that shit ever again. Poker ain't never this serious, bro. Card games ain't never this serious, bro. Nothing ever this serious, bro.
And the man above just doesn't want things going her way that day. Which ironically happens to be the same day where she decided to up the ante, putting something absolutely ludicrous on the line. On some shit where I'm gonna be sitting at home one day, I see my son walk through the door and the whole right side of his body's gone. She bet away my son's dominant side, and now all we got is what's left of him. Like, you can't wear half of the Balenci.
Did y'all even catch that? He just said she bet away his dominant side, and now we only have what's left of him. Because he's right-handed, you know what I'm saying? His right hand's his dominant side, so it's only what's left of him. Left, double entendre. This man Jules Dottie a poet, bruh.
On some shit where I'm gonna be sitting at home one day, I see my son walk through the door and the whole right side of his body's gone. She bet away my son's dominant side, and now all we got is what's left of him.
His writing is this fire, chat?
Like, you can't wear half of the Balenci. None of that even matters anymore. Like, I believe a lot of wealth could be accumulated through her freaky ass gambling addiction. But as I said, there will come a point where that plot armor streak ends and the armor starts getting chipped away at, and you'll have situations like the one I just explained, or the IRS come in to seize not only my son's assets but mine. She'll be putting stuff on the line that I'm not even knowledgeable of, nor am I consenting to. One day she could be feeling extra freaky and just bet me and my son's freedom. She loses, we serve a life sentence, but all because she says Kakanguri Mashoko Tensei, she thinks it's okay. And I'm sure there's plenty more to her character that I don't even know about, and after explaining this I may even go watch the show. But from the moment I was making this video I knew she had to be on this list, so she's an NO. And there are definitely some more names that I could talk about, But I wanted to end off on this note because I feel like this individual needs to be mentioned in talks of whether or not I would let my son date certain characters.
Let's guess what girl he's talking about. My guess is Frieza. Oh, that's a dude. Whoops. Shit, I actually don't know.
And that individual is the one and only Kenjaku.
Yeah, I was never, ever gonna guess that in my life. That is low-key on the list in the future.
Now you may be sitting there saying, Kenjaku's not man or woman, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I understand that to a degree. When we're first introduced to Kenjaku being in Geto's body, the traits that we have been presented as the audience in terms of mannerisms, at least to me, have seemed very masculine. Now granted, he's obviously in a man's body, so maybe he portrays himself in that way.
I don't know how he was when he was throwing that shit back as Itadori's mother.
But clearly,
Bro, nah, this man is actually comedy.